What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Kucoin Token. Now, I'm going to say something that might surprise, which is I believe Kucoin's actual token can rally really well and set a new all-time high in the next bull cycle. This is in spite of everything that we've recently seen with centralized exchanges. And I'll give my justifications for why I believe this, along with some recent news that Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested last night. So we need to look at what's going to be the fallout of this as well, guys. So pay attention to this video because it's going to have an impact on the overall markets. Before I get into it though, if you are new to the channel, you don't know me, you don't know why you should listen to me. Maybe you shouldn't, but let's see. So these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about when I made the channel, and they're the first 26 coins I actually owned as well when I made the channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of those coins when I released videos about them, and you ignored them for 2 years, you did everything possibly wrong as an investor, and you just flat out ignored them, you'd still be in profit doing everything wrong for 9.2k from a $2,600 investment. It's pretty damn good profit. Now, that's doing everything wrong. If you'd done the right thing, if you'd sold these coins when the markets flew up last year like I did, $100 into each coin would have netted you 123 grand. A huge difference between the right and the wrong thing. Now, as I said, I sold all these off. These are not the coins I own anymore. If you want to see the coins that I actually own, head over to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my entire portfolio. I let the members know anytime I buy or sell a coin. I actually release videos on a daily basis to the members as well, if that interests you, but many of them just go onto the site to copy along because obviously there's a history of success here. No one in 2020 on YouTube was talking about Phantom. I did a Udemy course devoted to Phantom saying this would 100x or more. It was going to be the best investment of the year. It went up 677 times. That wasn't fluke. I will find another Phantom. When I do, I won't do a Udemy course. I will simply go onto the site and tell the members all about it, and they can get in on it. I'll be telling them what percentage of my holdings I'm putting in, and they can copy along. It's like sitting next to a straight A student in class. You copy his test results, you get the same result. Or you copy his test answers, you get the same result. That's what Copy My Crypto is. You can copy along, take the work out of it for you. I deep dive these markets every day, and I have done for 8 years. So if you want to see what I own right now, all you have to do is head over to the site, guys. The link is on screen. So, Kucoin, currently priced at $6.57. I do believe this can hit $40 or more. Its all-time high was around $28. I think it peaked slightly above $28 this past year. Now, there's a lot that I want to go over here. So first of all, look, centralized exchanges are not where you should leave your money. That's very obvious, and it should be obvious to everyone after what we've seen with Celsius, Voyager, BlockFi, FTX. And there will be more. Now, assuming Kucoin isn't one of them, which I don't believe it will be, they have done the Merkle tree proof of reserves. I don't trust the Merkle tree stuff that the exchanges have put out, and the reason that I don't trust it is that these exchanges have not shared their liabilities. They have shared their reserves, but not their liabilities. And, you know, your reserves don't mean anything if they are outweighed by your liabilities. So if Binance has 10 billion in reserves, but they have a $15 billion liabilities in loans, then their reserves mean piss all, right? So, whilst I understand that at the moment we are seeing exchanges working hard to put people's minds at ease, we aren't getting the full picture. And the full picture, I think, in reality is probably quite scary for a lot of these exchanges, which is why no one should have their funds on exchanges. But that aside, the reason that I believe Kucoin can still do something rather spectacular in terms of a run is down to two sort of key reasons. Firstly, Kucoin have, they've been pretty bloody consistent over the course of their history. They've never really suffered any major exploit. I believe they did have one exploit. However, in general, they've been pretty damn secure. They consistently have been integrating new features into the exchange. They've got Pool X, which is like your is where you can effectively earn some decent yields. They've got KCS bonuses. They've got cloud mining. They've got a few, and they've also got crypto lending. They've got plenty of different protocols that people can enjoy. And as I've said, they've uploaded their proof of reserves. Again, for me, proof of reserves isn't. It's not the full picture. It's not the full picture by any stretch of the imagination. But their reserve data is better than a number of the exchanges that are actually out there right now. But again, not the full picture. So don't just presume that they're safe or presume any exchange is safe if you don't know their liabilities. But Kucoin, what Kucoin have is a very good exchange, very easy to use. They have a very good derivatives platform. Their earning mechanisms are very, very good. They do have an NFT launch platform as well, and a fractional NFTs, which is a way to get into the blue chip NFTs. And they have their own Kucoin wallet, which is self-custody wallet. So they've got a ton of different stuff that I really, really like. And I actually think it's one of the better exchanges to use as a general rule of thumb. Obviously, there's the benefit of using Kucoin's actual token, formerly known as Kucoin shares. Now it's known as Kucoin Token. That effectively offers a discount. So users who hold more than 6 Kucoin tokens can get a daily dividend, which comes from 50% of Kucoin's daily trading revenue. So you can earn by holding. Also, because you enjoy discounts of up to like 80% by holding the token or by trading with the token. They do have a burn mechanism as well, a burn mechanism and a buyback mechanism, so the users are rewarded. So only 60%, a little less than 60%, 58% of the tokens are currently out. And it's going to take probably quite a long time. We're going to be looking many, many, many years into the future before the total supply is out. But the other thing that I'm liking about Kucoin is they are building their network. So what we can see on Kucoin now and on Kucoin Explorer is, look, there are a couple 100,000 holders of Kucoin. Transactions per day isn't bad. You're looking at about between 7 and 10,000 transactions a day, which is pretty good when you factor in that the market's on its arse in terms of volume and everything else. So they're still doing decent trading, decent sort of daily trading volume. There's actually, nearly 600,000 wallet addresses, even though there's a couple 100,000 holders. So people are liking this, using this. The fact is that they are growing this network. Kucoin as a network is quite damn fast, and it's been quite a nice network to use when I have used it. I will say this: I've not used it in great depth, but I have used it a fair bit, and I've enjoyed it. I've not had any issues whatsoever. And what we can see is the tokens that are starting to appear on Kucoin's network do have holders. They do have users. So you've got the Kucoin pegged tether, which has 37,500 holders. You've got Mojito token, which is obviously one of their, I believe Mojito token is the DEX on Kucoin. That's got 13,000 holders. They've got some stuff here That's interesting. Not massive holders by any stretch of the imagination at all. You know, we're not seeing tons of users on this network right now, but this network is in and of itself in its infancy. So I don't actually expect to see massive amounts of users right now. Now, and the premise for why I believe this can still run back up to $40 is twofold. Number one, people forget about everything that happened with centralized exchanges. People's memories are short term. That's true. Not for those people that got burnt, not for those people that have lost money or been damaged. And there are a lot of those people that have been truly damaged by the things that happened with Celsius or Voyager or FTX or BlockFi. And those people that were damaged won't go back to them. Won't go back to the centralized exchanges. The majority won't. But those people that have never been burnt, that have managed to avoid it, that have got lucky, they will forget all about those moments in time. And they will continue to hold on exchanges. They will continue to trade heavily on exchanges rather than utilizing DeFi, even though I do firmly believe DeFi is going to have a very, very good wave in the next bull cycle. People's memories are short term. And Kucoin is a strong exchange. It's a nice exchange to use. And I think we're going to see a lot of, over the next couple of years, of Binance being in mainstream media, both for the positive and the negative. And I think Kucoin will be less in news cycles, certainly less in news cycles regarding a negative than Binance will be, because I think CZ will get swept up into everything that happens with Sam Bankman-Fried and everything else. And I think Binance are probably in a situation right now where they are inevitably going to be swept up into some of the furore around all these exchanges, and I don't think Kucoin will do that. So I think there will be a lot of people that remember Binance being stuck in negative news cycles and not remembering Kucoin, and as a result, there'll be more Kucoin users next bull cycle. The second point, and the second reason I believe Kucoin can still do a very, very good rally, is I do believe they're going to really grow this network. I believe they're going to really grow the blockchain so that Kucoin itself starts having lots of different decentralized finance protocols, lots of different NFT protocol, like NFT projects, lots of different GameFi projects. I believe that if they do really work hard and really grow the KCC network, then Kucoin is inevitably going to rally, because Kucoin will pay for the fees of the network. So the token itself will have a lot more utility than it already does. And they'll build effectively their version of like BNB, which will be the KCC, right? And if this grows, and it grows really well, combined with the short-term memories that many, many, many people have, Kucoin can do new all-time highs for sure. $40, you'd be putting that, let's say the whole max supply is out, that would still only be a market cap of about 6.8 billion for probably one of the more heavily used centralized exchanges next bull cycle. So $40, very, very achievable. Might do way more than that. You know, when you actually look at what FTX did in this past bull cycle, like its price did very, very well, appreciated very, very well. Binance has obviously appreciated very well over the course of its lifetime. And they have, excuse me, the utility that I think Kucoin won. And if Kucoin can build and grow that, $40 is very achievable. I will point this out, you still shouldn't leave your funds on exchanges. Other centralized exchanges will go down over the next year. That Merkle tree approach is not evidence because there's too many pieces of the puzzle missing, like liabilities. A company's liabilities are not shared in that Merkle tree, in that proof of reserves. And be safe, guys, is all I'll say. But I do think Kucoin still quite undervalued, and I still think, given what they, I believe, are attempting to do in terms of trying to create their own Binance chain, akin to that, combine that with short-term memories, I think there's still got $40 in it, maybe way more. I might be really underestimating it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money. You don't want to miss them. And by the way, when you hit the subscribe button, obviously helps the subscriber count, means the channel gets bigger, means I can interview more founders of projects and stuff like that if that interests you. So, do a nice thing. And guys, if you want to see the coins that I own right now, ones in my portfolio as of this moment in time, go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my portfolio. I let the members know anytime I buy or sell a coin. We have tutorials set up so that anyone that wants to get into crypto but doesn't know where to start can watch them, and then they'll be able to. They're the same ones that I send friends and family. Copy My Crypto, guys, is where you get to sit next to the straight A student, copy his test answers, get the same results. That's what it is. I've deep dived these markets for 8 straight years. I have a public history of success. I'm the only YouTuber in 2020 that ever spoke about Phantom, let alone dedicate a Udemy course about the fact it would 100x or more. I will find another Phantom, and when I do, the members will know about it straight away. If you want to make those kind of gains, then you've got to get onto the site. So go there. The link is on the screen, guys. And Sam Bankman-Fried arrested in Bahamas. So this happened last night. He's scheduled to appear on Tuesday in a magistrate's court in the Caribbean country's capital, Nassau. He has been arrested for financial offences against the laws in the US and the Bahamas. Obviously, FTX filed for bankruptcy last month. No one was able to withdraw their funds. Owes around $3.1 billion to its 50 largest creditors. It's unclear how much people who have funds in the exchange will get back at the end of bankruptcy proceedings, though many experts have warned it may be a small fraction of what they deposited, which is almost certainly going to be the case. He has denied claims that he knew FTX customer money was used for risky financial bets. This whole thing is an absolute mess. He's meant to be appearing in front of the House Services Committee today in America. And it appears that the current CEO of of FTX is going to be testifying. That doesn't look good for Sam Bankman-Fried, because he has come out and already said how much of a, for lack of a better word, a shit show the FTX situation has been. So he had been due to testify before the US Congress today. However, obviously he'll be able to testify. I am expecting that we're going to see some fairly significant fallout from all of this. I don't think anyone really understands how bad this could get, because it's not just FTX, it's Alameda Research, who had their hands in a lot of different pies. A lot of different cryptos were heavily invested in by Alameda Research. The potential for liquidating those positions to try and recoup some costs is there. I also think that we're going to end up finding out that Alameda were tied in with other exchanges. And if we do find out Alameda Research had positions in other exchanges, those other exchanges are going to be vulnerable as well. The fallout from this is not done. It's not going anywhere, and we're probably going to be dealing with this fallout for the next couple of years. Anyone that was on had funds on FTX are probably going to be in that situation as well. This is a crappy situation for everyone to be in, a crappy situation for the space to be in. And it's as a result of the fraud and illegal behavior of not just Sam Bankman-Fried, but the entirety of FTX. So watch this space, guys, because the fallout from the Congress hearing as well is going to be massive. And make no mistake about it, this is going to be the SEC's excuse to go very, very hard on cryptos once again, which has not been for the space's benefit. So keep your eyes on it. And that's it for me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.